Good morning. Day 6 on the trail for me. I slept in Utica. I pushed onto Utica last night because, I don't know, a hotel sounded nice instead of an air mattress by Lock 15, I think is what it was. But anyway, stayed in Utica, Red Roof Inn, which was just off trail and very nice. Had no problems with that at all. Nice little hotel. I'm back on the Erie Canal Trail this morning. This is now I believe we have transitioned to the Mohican River. That I'm pretty sure I'll be following this most of the way back now from this point on. And yeah, feel okay. My thighs are really sore this morning. Yesterday was a long day for me. 56 miles, 56 and a half miles, which I think is my longest single day cycling to date. I'm not an Uber marathon guy, but I do see a fence here. So what I'm going to do is, it's raining a little bit and it's a little chilly this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap off layers, put my rain jacket on, and then I will continue down the trail. I think just get that little bit of rain protection and that little bit of wind protection that I get from my raincoat. And yeah, so I'll pick this up a little further down the trail. Okay, I made the clothing switch. Of course, now it's not sprinkling or anything, but it will be a little bit warmer with the breeze this morning, just until it warms up a little bit. Oh, blue jay flying across there. It also gave me a chance to, I forgot to download my next audiobook. So I, excuse me, took the opportunity to dial in another book and have it ready to roll. I think the one I'm on right now ends in about 7 or 8 minutes. So I just want something to be in the download loop so that I can just go from one to the other. And I kind of enjoy audiobooks. I have these headphones. They're not really headphones, they're called Aftershocks, and so they use bone conductor technology. So they go over your ear, but then there's like a little pod that sits in front of your ear, right on the jaw section, and the sound actually transmits through your jaw and into your head. It sounds weird, but it sounds really good and it's really cool. And the nice thing is, there's nothing in your ears or over your ears to prevent you from hearing the world around you, which is really important if you're running or cycling or anything like that, where you want to be aware of your surroundings at all times. You have people coming up behind you, you know, you need to get out of their way, whatever, traffic, all those things. Well, this lets you listen and have that awareness. So I highly recommend Aftershocks. That's AFTERSHOKZ. Check them out, pretty cool. But anyway, I'm good to go for a little while, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put my head down and get a few miles in here before it's time to stop for a water break. It is Monday morning, so I anticipate it being quiet on the trails today. There's a few more people yesterday. It was really busy in Syracuse in the morning, but morning.
Morning.
But it got a little lonelier as I pushed into the more remote parts of the trail. I did meet a really cute couple from, okay, well, I don't know. She was from France, he was from Brazil. They met while he was in France, and they said, well, they would like to do a bike tour in the Americas. So they're riding a tandem bike across the Americas. So they started in Quebec, came all the way down, hit through Montreal, down to Buffalo, and now they're on this part of the trail going to New York City, and then they're going to ride East Coast all the way down to like Florida, and their goal is to end in his hometown in Brazil. So more power to them. They were really sweet. A little bit of a language thing between us there. Their English was okay. I have zero French, so but we had both stopped at the same little picnic place for lunch, so I got to talk with them for a little bit, and they were really nice. And so we talked about traveling and cycling and all this stuff. And did I mention they're on a tandem bike? Oh my gosh. And they're camping. So yeah, they were loaded up. And I just find that remarkable that people do these mega trips. One of the guys I stayed with, who is a warm showers host, says that, you know, it's not uncommon for him to host people who are on 3,000 mile journeys. Some of them have been on 6,000 mile journeys. It's just incomprehensible. I wouldn't even want to drive that far, and they're doing it on their bikes. So more power to them. Anyways, speaking of miles, I probably need to put down a few. So I'm gonna turn this off, turn the book on, and yeah, get down the road a little bit. Okay, so I just passed through the little town of Frankfurt, and now I'm moving into, I believe what it is called, Ilion. I'm probably saying them wrong, so don't hate on me if I got it wrong. But anyway, the trail has actually been, not a trail, it's been roads for the past, I'd say 6 or 7 miles. And I believe it will veer back over to the river and turn back into a trail here fairly soon. At least that's what I hope. I'm not a big fan of riding on the streets. This part isn't bad. I have to say that, you know, once I got into town, not bad. Yeah, there's a sign that says left turn. This part has not been that bad. But the yeah, the part prior to Frankfurt was almost no shoulder to speak of. And I'm not sure what he was honking at, but I was in a turn lane, so I don't really care. But anyway, I believe this part now is some trail, and I believe it's paved trail, which would be really nice. So put some miles down on some paved trail. But yeah, the road section about 5 miles before Frankfurt, very small shoulders. Most of the cars were really great and gave me a wide berth, but still not my favorite thing to do. But this is much nicer than being on the road. All right, coming into Ilion Marina. I've heard this is a pretty good place to camp, and you can see that there's there's some picnic tables and a little shelter. Space to put your tent under the shelter if you want to. Looks like there's electrical hookups over here. So there are quite a few people that do camp here. It just didn't meet my agenda. My itinerary was a little different, and I couldn't make the mileage work that way for me, so I did not do that. But there is a little store here, it looks like. I don't know if it's open or not, but I would imagine during the summer this services a lot of boats that lay over for the evening, and you can see there's a lot of campers here. Some people are set up for the long haul, it looks like. Yeah, big fifth wheel, big hookups. with, like, you know, potted plants out front. So kind of funny. Anyway, I'm gonna push past Ilion and make my way to the next town. Just a little update, riding past Ilion towards Jacksonburg, and then I'm gonna stop in Little Falls for lunch. Little Falls is about 5 miles from here. This is a very pretty paved section of the Erie Canal Trail, or the Empire State Trail, whichever you want to refer to it as. They're both one and the same for most parts. So yeah, nice trail. Like I said, it's a Monday, so not very busy. Lock 15 is kind of where I set my sights on sleeping tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that or not. There's not much in the way of hotels around there. I did find a little hotel place just past it, a little motel that I might check out. And the reason I say is it's supposed to get about 35 degrees tonight. It's gonna be pretty chilly. So I kind of don't want to be too cold. Tomorrow night I'll be in a Hampton Inn, and that'll be nice. But for tonight, anyway. So here's lock 18 over here. I'm continuing in this direction, and I've got, like I said, about 4.5 miles to go to Little Falls and my Subway sub. All right, I just finished lunch in Little Falls. You kind of have to get off the trail and go up across the bridge and into Little Falls. There's another cute little, you know, river town. And I did find out that I have some pretty serious equipment failure. That being my rain jacket. Not really a rain jacket. Because, well, I mean, it used to be. But it was a pretty good rain shower heading into Little Falls. And I had my rain jacket on. And it was just soaked through. So it has basically lost its rain repellency characteristics, and yeah, that's a sucky thing, because now my arm sleeves are wet and my jacket's wet and the wind blows and it's chilly. And anyway, definitely need to be replacing my rain jacket or finding a way to revive its rain repellency. Ooh, echo. Well, belly's full. Got a nice little rest there at a Subway. Subways are awesome when you're on trips like this, you know, because you pretty much know what you can expect when you go in, because they're all pretty much the same formulaic sandwiches. So you know what you're gonna get, and kind of hits the spot, and then you can move on. All right, whoo, chilly, chilly. All right, see if I can't pedal a little bit and warm myself up, and check in a little further down the road. So just to add on to what I was thinking about the temperature tonight, my GPS just flashed up a weather advisory for a frost warning tonight. So, you know, I got that going for me. I will say, this part of the trail, really nice. Smooth macadam, you know, blacktop. Just buttery smooth. Makes for some really nice riding. And if I can get the sun to just kind of poke out just a little bit, maybe warm me up and dry me off just a hair, that would be awesome. Anyway, well, that is not a sign that anybody likes to see. An 8% grade sign. And it doesn't say up or down. It just says 8% grade. I have been told that there is a big downhill section, but you want to be careful to have your gear changing ready because it has a hefty climb at the end of it. And I'm wondering if this is the one with a hefty climb at the end. So let's find out. This I just crossed over State Route 169, and like I said, this is east of Little Falls. Some hay bales, hay rolls over there to the left, all bagged up. I don't know where the 8% grade comes into play here. Like I said, I'm fearful it's an uphill grade, but it could be downhill, you know, fingers crossed. But I'm gonna say I have no idea, and I don't know if it goes left or right here. I'm gonna say that I go left. There's a cemetery up there. What is that? Doesn't say what that is up there, but it looks like a historic location and a cemetery at the top. But I believe no trail marker here, but I'm pretty sure this is the trail. GPS confirms that yeah, this is the trail. I'm rolling up on Lock 16, and this isn't really pointed out as a camping spot, but they have really nice areas here, so I guess if people wanted to camp here, it certainly wouldn't be a bad spot to do it. Nice flat ground and a picnic table. They seem to be lacking a porta-john, which is what they usually have. I just have to figure out which way I'm supposed to go now, because I think the signs are pointing me this direction, and I'm gonna go head over here if I can get back on my bike. I was on a very high gear. So let me see if I can figure out where this goes. It looks like I'm going to be onto Mendenville Drive. So once again, not crazy about being on a roadway, but yeah, the sign does point to the left. So I'm going to just pull out my my trail map on my phone and just see how far. This is a dead end. Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to bother with that, because I see a sign for the trail up here, and I believe it's pointing me off to the left, so it's just like a little detour here. The other thing is, this is a dead end road, so I don't think there'll be any traffic here, but let's see. Yep, left turn back on the trail. Kind of strange they didn't just continue it through the lock area and make you go around, but caution, cross-country skiers. Oh, I hope there's none right now. It is funny though, because most of these places prohibit snowmobiles, which is not a sign you usually see where I'm from. So, all right, well, back on the trail, headed towards Lock 15 in Fort Plain, something like that. All right, at least this is paved, so I'll enjoy this for a little bit. All right, good morning. This is day 7, and I'm in I'm gonna try to say this, Canajoharie, I think is how you say it. And it's a little past Fort Plain, which is where I was planning on staying last night, but there was a freeze warning and I didn't want to freeze. So anyway, morning. I ended up in a little motel, and it was not bad. Not bad at all. So now I'm headed back to the trail here, and I believe I'm on the right location. So we'll see how quickly we get back on trail. Go over the little sidewalk here. Just looking for trail designation signs, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of them, but I do believe I am going in the right direction. So look at my map. I believe this is correct, so I'm going to stay up on this part since it's a nice paved path, So today's, oh look, here comes somebody, probably coming in from Schenectady maybe? That's where I'm headed. Although, that'd be pretty good if they're going to Schenectady to here by this time in the morning. Morning. And she's definitely cruising with some camping gear and stuff, so I was up earlier. I was gonna get an earlier start, but it was really chilly. And since I was in a little motel room, I didn't want to really fire up my cook stove. Oh, I hate these little root things, they're awful. Oh, there we go. I didn't want to fire up my cook stove inside the motel room to make coffee and stuff. So I went down to down the street on my way back to the trail. I knew there was a little Stewart's gas station, and they've got basically a pretty decent convenience store inside. So I got some coffee and a little pastry in there. Oh, those little bumps. And hopefully that'll be enough to get me moving for the day. It's about 41 miles. I'm staying in a hotel tonight in Schenectady, just because there really wasn't a lot of camping options, and it was gonna be my last night stay before getting back to my car. So I kind of used my Hilton points and got a room. So hopefully it'll be a nice room, and hopefully I get there a little early in the day, well, early in the evening, and that way I can just walk around a little bit while it's still daylight. But for now, whew, a little bit of a chilly breeze. I'm all layered up, so I'm not too cold. My hands are cold. I'm wearing my cycling gloves, but they have no fingertips. All right, this is what was lacking before, was a trail sign, but there's the Empire State Trail and the Canalway Trail signs right there. I'm just cruising along a little bit west of Amsterdam, which I have picked as my stopping point for lunch. And let's see, that is, according to my GPS here, in about 3 miles or so. So I've got 18.3 miles in for the day, and then Amsterdam will be my lunch stop. And I'm enjoying this part of the trail right now because it's gotten away from the highway, so there was a lot of highway noise this morning. And usually the trail is much more like this, very peaceful, and the occasional bit of road traffic depending, but this is very quiet back here, which is really nice. So like I said, I was kind of flanked by 2 roads this morning. One was the highway and one was a busy street, so there is nothing. I just went through a power line crossing there, and I couldn't see a road in either direction. So yeah, pretty isolated back here, pretty quiet. I did just see a couple of deer, which is really, oh, there goes one. You didn't see it, but I did, off to the side. I haven't seen very many deer at all, which kind of surprises me. It's funny, yesterday I was at Subway eating lunch, and the guy's like, oh, have you seen any bears? I'm like, dude, I barely see squirrels. Which is the truth. I think I've seen squirrels and birds, pretty much the extent of my wildlife. But I did actually see, 300 miles into it or so, I did actually see some deer this morning. So that's kind of cool. But they don't hang around. They're pretty skittish, and poof, they're off into the trees. But anyway, I'm gonna push these last 3 or 4 miles, and I'm feeling a little bit sore this morning. So it'd be nice to get off the bike and rest for a few minutes and then make that final, like, I don't know, 15 to 20 mile push into Schenectady. I'm almost to Amsterdam, and the weather just keeps getting a little better every few minutes. I'm not sure what the temperature is, but it's probably mid-50s by now, and there's almost no wind and no clouds. It's supposed to get up to about 65 today, which is pretty nice bike riding weather. I do need to find a place to stop and strip off the pants that I'm wearing. I've got shorts on underneath, and I think that's all I need right now. So I'm getting a little bit warm. Big problem I have is that, actually it's kind of a problem with this trail, is that they need to strategically place a few more porta-johns along the way. I mean, you know, I'm a guy, and yes, I could run into the woods, but you know, there are riders, some of the female variety, who would not want to have to take that option. Oh, and on my left, I believe this is Lock 14. I'm not sure. Let me stop here. There is a picnic table down here. I could pull over here for a minute. But there's another lock right here. And I believe, like I said, I think this is Lock 14. You can see the buildings on the far side over there. On the other side of that little wall that they're on is probably the actual lock. And it goes from the higher ground, or the higher water level, over on the left, over to a lower level on the right. I do think there were some people behind me. I need to stop and use the restroom. Let me see how far I am from town. All right, well, anyway, there's Lock 14. Enjoy the view. And then hopefully my next view will be in Amsterdam. Okay, getting ready to enter the town of Amsterdam on the Mohawk River. So we'll see what this has to offer up. Sorry about the creaking, that's my little, all the bumps are knocking my camera mount. Let's see where we go here. I found a hot dog place, maybe hot dogs and chili dogs and stuff, down on, I think it was Bridge Street. So that's where I'm pushing off to. But yeah, pushes come out of the path and smack dab into the town here. Seems to be any cars coming. I didn't want to stop. I wish I didn't have to. All right. There are quite a few. Okay, so over there to the right is looks like a castle turret. There's actually a castle here that is a restaurant and hotel, and some people who are riding the trail stay there, and it's supposed to be pretty cool. I'm not staying there because A, it was not in line with my timetable and distance, and B, it's a little out of my price range, not gonna lie. But it is very cool, kind of up there on the hillside, and I don't know that I can get a better view of it from here. Let me see, this is Bridge Street, so the place I want to eat is actually down here to the left. And okay, hang on a second, let me turn the camera here a little bit for you, if I can get off my mount. All right, so there's the castle up on the hill there. Looks like there's a place over here called Evolve Eatery. Might be a place to eat, I don't know. Supposedly there's a couple little places around here. Lorenzo's back there, which looks like an Italian place. And as I said, down this street over here is supposedly a hot dog place, but it closes at 2, so I'm gonna go ahead and head over there, see if they're open, see if I can get myself some food, because I'm hungry. Alright, so last day, day 8, just checked out of my hotel here at the Hampton Inn, and I'm headed over to North J Street to see if I can pick up the trail a little further into the city. This section of North J Street is kind of just shops and stuff. And surprisingly, most of them closed down by like mid-afternoon. I came over here to find something to eat last night and they were all closed, so but I did find something. I found a really good burrito. So as you can tell, this is a pedestrian section, and it goes into a one-way section down here. So I'm going to just hop into that. And I probably should turn on my GPS. So give me just a second here. Let's pull over to the side over here. I didn't start my GPS yet. I just robbed myself of a precious couple of tenths of a mile. There we go. Okay. Now, supposedly, like I said, the path will pick up here. This is one way, so I'm just going to ride straight through here. Get a green light. But supposedly the path picks up. It's the Mohawk River bike path. That. Oh, my GPS says, well, you got the route, now you might want to start. So many things on this GPS I gotta do here. Alright, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna look on my phone and see where it says I pick up the path here. So I got a red light here. Sure it's down here though. Yeah, I've got like 2 more streets here to go, so I'll go past South Avenue and I should pick up the trail. It's really pretty down here. Beautiful morning, really beautiful morning, and kind of the same conditions as when I left on this trip a few days ago, like that. Fix my mirror. Tell you what, I could ride up on the sidewalk, but it's not too bad right now. A little bit more mirror fixing. There we go. Yeah, this is the first time I've ridden with a mirror, but I knew I'd have a lot of road cycling on this trip, so I was kind of figuring on getting something just to kind of give me a little bit more awareness. And to be honest, it's been pretty nice. All right, I believe I see a sign up here. So I'm gonna hop up on the sidewalk And then, whoop, here we are, up on the trail. There's the signs right there. Empire State Trail and the Erie Canal Trail. And it goes right here. All right. I love it when things work out, which is so much better than when they don't work out. Okay, so I've got about 31 miles, best I could calculate, until I get back to my vehicle at the train station. And most of the course today snakes along the Mohawk River, and then I will take a turn south on the Hudson River, and that leads me into Albany Rensselaer train station. Now, I'm not exactly sure what folks say is the end point for this ride, but I guess we'll find out. All right, well, found the path, and I'm just gonna do a little cruising here, and then I'll probably pick this up in, I don't know, a little bit. Of course, there we go. Of course, there's somebody blocking the trail right here, so you can't really get by. Of course. All right, walk my bike. Okay. There's a guy parked right on the sidewalk where I need to go. And I'm just gonna walk my bike up to the top of this hill rather than try to start. But anyway, here I am on the trail. So I will see you all a little bit further down the way. Still working my way through Schenectady. Really pretty part of the trail here. You wouldn't know that you were in a city. I mean, it's kind of, I think, on the edge of the city. But I was just thinking that I did not weigh my bike before I left, and I'd be real curious to see exactly how much weight I had packed on my bike as compared to, you know, what I normally have as a bike weight when I'm just riding around my neighborhoods and stuff. So I think when I get back, I'll pull the scale out, and we'll do a little weighing, and I'll put that somewhere in here. Oh, there's a couple out walking, and it looks like the Adobies. Oh, how awesome. Morning. Oh, I'm a huge Dobie fan.
Oh, coming soon.
Gotta love Dobermans. I love Dobies. Morning. Niskayuna, this way. I have no idea if I even said that right. But I am on the Mohawk Hudson Bike Hike Trail, what this is called. Which is it's also part of the Empire State Trail, the Erie Canal Trail. So you'll find that there's a blend of trails at some point in time. But this one is very well maintained, smooth pavement, and does make for a nice ride, I gotta say. All right, I'll check back later. I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but just this really pretty section of the trail up here. I'm about, let's see here, about 5 miles in, 4 miles in, I think. Yeah, 4 miles. 4.5 miles in. Well, technically, I think it'd be 4.5 because I started my GPS late. But just a beautiful section of trail here. You see, we pretty much hit peak color here. So starting to lose some of the leaves, but wow, what a beautiful morning. Holy crud. I might be walking this part of the trail. I'll get up to the end of the railing here. I'm gonna walk that last part because, yeah, that's probably, that looks about a 20% grade. Holy mackerel. Okay. That is, I was not expecting this, but and I know you can't tell because that's the GoPro effect, but yeah, it is steep. Actually, let me, whew, that winded me. That didn't take much, but let me see if my GPS has a grade indicator. Oh crap, there's 2 of these things coming up. This is a grade indicator, but it takes a little while for it to actually say, yeah, this is a 10% grade right here. Oh, went up to 11. Oh, all right. You don't need to hear me huff and puff. I'll check back in a little bit. All right, so this looks to be my other big hill coming up here. Yeah. So we'll see if I can make this one without walking it up. Maybe not. Let me get in the shade anyway. Might have to walk this one up. Problem is, I don't want to get too hot and sweaty that I have to take clothes off, and then it'll be cold because it's still cold out. It's only like 45 degrees outside. Okay, well that was a fun walk. Not. But at the top, I found GE Global Research Facility entrance, which is pretty freaking massive. So guess that's where they keep their research facility for GE. I would imagine all kinds of things, government contracts and all kinds of stuff. All right, well, the best part about going up a hill is that you get to come back down. So I'm going to enjoy the coast for a minute. You know, they never seem as long going down as they do going up though. Okay, well that was a nice rest. Actually, I'm still coasting, so I probably, when I get down here, I'll have to start pedaling again, but that was kind of a nice little respite right there. But all right, let me get back to it, and we'll check in a little bit. Well, we went from GE to now we've got the Knowles Atomic Power Laboratory and Naval Nuclear Laboratory, owned by the U.S. Department of Energy. So, interesting. That's a really big complex too. So I wonder if there's any reason why GE and the Atomic Nuclear Research Facility are located right next door to each other. Just a little B-roll video through the woods here. Lots of beautiful leaves going on right now. Colors are popping. The maples are bright yellow and orange and red. So really nice time to be on the trail. Just working my way through the park. I don't know which park. They're all parks. But I have to say, this is one of my more enjoyable sections of trail. Partly because the weather is pretty spectacular. I got a little bit of a headwind, but it's not too bad. The temperature is almost perfect. It's beautiful blue skies. And I mean, my gosh, did I time this right in respect to the fall color? I mean, that wasn't really my plan. My plan was just to ride the trail, but boy, did it work out well. Because I'm just getting all of these just amazingly colorful vistas. Ooh, and it looks like I'm going to be treated to a little downhill too. So, gotta love that. All right, let's ride downhill real quick here and see where we're going. I think I'm going to be on a road for a minute. Let's see where we're going. I'm going to pull off over here and check my map just to make sure that I'm aware of where I'm going to be, and then yeah, see if I can't spot the trail. I do see an arrow up there. I just want to see how far I'm going to be on the road. I think we'll be riding this road for a little while. Follow the signs. All right, well, I'm going to go follow some signs. We'll see where they take us. Okay, went through a neighborhood. That was Island View Road. And we're going to cross over and pick right back up into the trail. And then downhill we go. And it looks like we're going to go to the right. Seeing as how there's a big gate down here. Oh, and more hills. This is a hilly kind of section today. A little bit of hills today. We're kind of like running through some neighborhoods. We're right on the edge of the neighborhoods here. Whew. And my poor legs are just getting a little tired. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here at this cross street, hydrate, and then look at my map and see where I'm going. So I was just checking my map and such, and I'm trying to actually figure out where the official end of the trail is. And I've seen several different people use different markers to say that they're at the end of the trail near Albany. And my thought would be that it would be where the north-south section of the Empire State Trail connects with the east-west portion of the trail, but I could be wrong. But anyway, I'm almost to Cohoes. I think it's pronounced Cohoes. C-O-H-O-E-S. Cohoes, New York. So it's just a mile or two down the trail here. And I think I'm about, let's see how many miles I got in here. Yeah, 17 miles, which means I have about 13 miles left to go for the day. So a little more than halfway done. That looks like somebody wearing a backpack up there. So I haven't really seen a lot of backpackers. Mostly day hikers. Maybe he's got a baby with him. On your left. Aha. Not a backpack. A baby pack. Kind of thought that as I got closer. All right. But anyway, I'm just short of Cohoes, and yeah, I'm just kind of looking for the end of the trail mark here. Not sure where that will be, but I am getting close. All right, pedal forward. Okay, well, this part of the trail, just before Cohoes, is, wow, it is really bombed out here. There's no detour, or no detour marked, but yeah, this section has seen better days. So just, you know, be cautious. Ooh, we're gonna go back down here. Be cautious when you're riding down here because, it's messing up my camera and everything. There is a bunch of chunk down here. Hopefully this smooths out a little bit. But, yeah, it's chunky. It definitely got torn up. I'm not sure what happened to it, but definitely the worst section of trail I've been on. Hopefully that does not continue. But anyway, usually it's like this. Very nice and smooth. Through the tunnel we go. All right. I don't know if the other side's bombed out like that. It doesn't look like it is. So that may be the only section that's bad, but yeah, that wasn't great. All right, well, just a little PSA there for anybody getting ready to ride the trail. Just look out for that section. And well, there's a little bit more chunky stuff down here too. Not as bad, but not great. So just watch your tires. All right, let me pick my way through all this and hopefully find some better trail. So apparently I just ran into someone on a trail who was walking his dog, and he said that that supposedly, you know, they tore that trail up to, oh, there's a bike detour sign up there. I didn't see one coming down. But anyway, supposedly they they tore it up in order to effect repairs and make it better, but they got delayed, so now they're just kind of stuck with that whole section of torn up trail. It's not bad. I'd say it's maybe a quarter mile's worth. It's not horrible, but it definitely is a rough ride, so watch your tires. But like everything else, you know, just delays and getting things done. He's like, yeah, I wish they'd never torn it up and started until they were ready to finish it, and I totally get that. I believe over to the left of me is the town of Cohoes, so we're kind of skirting by that area. That will be over to the left, like between where I am here on the path and the river, and I can see some church steeples and things like that over there. And sadly, all I get is this horrible view through the path and these colorful trees. Isn't that terrible? It's just awful. All right. Well, now it's just a matter of looking for that sign that says, I done did it. Which, for me, isn't really the end. The end for me is getting down to Albany Rensselaer train station. But, you know, official trail-wise, it'd be nice to find that mark. So I'm gonna get on it, see if I can't find it. When I do, I'll check back in. Well, I don't see any big official signs or anything, but there is a sign here that says Empire State Trail North and South. So I have officially reached the end of what I would say is the west to east trail of the Empire State Trail, which is also the same thing as the Erie Canal Trail. So without any further markations on the road, I'm gonna head south, see if I can't find the train station and my ride home. Well, I've transitioned from the Mohawk River to the Hudson River, which is over here to my left, highway over there to my right, and this trail kind of runs all the way down, almost back to the train station. And I still never did see a finish sign, so I don't know. But I am on the north-south trail right now. No longer on the east-west. Okay, well, I just broke out of the trees and into a little panorama of Albany over there on my right. You get past this guy cutting grass. And according to my GPS, I loaded the Erie Canal Trail file from the official website. So it says actually that I've got 0.8 miles left before the end of the trail. So there may still yet be a end of trail marker down here closer to the city. I think the Mohawk is definitely gone, so that's definitely the Hudson over there to the left. And unfortunately, I caught a kind of a headwind today. It's hard to complain because I've had tailwinds all week, but a little bit of a headwind today. Not too bad. Anyway, I've got about 7/10 of a mile, so we'll see if there's actually an end of trail marker where my GPS says it should be. It's very windy here on the Hudson. All right, there actually was sort of an official end of trail marker, and there was some other people who were just finishing up as well, and so I took their photo and then they took my photo, and now I'm headed off to the train station. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull over, and I'm just going to check my phone because now my GPS is like, nope, we're done. All right, looks like I follow this park all the way down, and then along Quay Street, and then I get to go across a bridge, so that'll be fun. Well, I believe that bridge that you can see up ahead is the one that I'm going to be going over. It's very busy through the park here. Okay, I think I kind of figured it out here, and leave the trail. Goes off this way. Here we go. All right. Now, how it gets across the bridge, I have no freaking idea. Oh, wonder if that's it right there. Okay. Oh. Now that is definitely a walking thing. So there's a ramp. It says bicyclists must walk on ramp. Well, no joke, man. Look at that thing. All right, let me make sure this is where I'm going. Woo! Thank you. Howdy. Yeah, well, I can say, must push your bike. I'm like, well, no joke, I'm not riding up there. Oh, not carrying all this gear. All right. I don't have anybody behind me, so we're just gonna push all the way up here. Get my walk on, and then we will ride across the river. All right, now you tell me, how does someone get graffiti over there? Because that's 75 feet off the ground, at least. I'm gonna say that's impressive. they got that over there, because it is pretty far down. I wouldn't want to hang off anything to do that. Just the right flow. He died for flow. Oh my goodness. Okay. I am actually pedaling. Across the bridge. Whew. Hopefully that wind isn't too bad. I do have fuzzy things over the microphone, so hopefully it's helping a little bit. Definitely the most wind I've had all week. I think my ramp is right here. I think that's the street down below me that I want to be on. All right. Hopefully, looking for a street sign. Broadway, that's where we want to be. Heavy on the brakes. Broadway. And I'm going to stop real quick just to see how far down I have to go. So let's go past Dunkin' Donuts to Herrick Street. Whew. Oh, so much nicer down here. No wind. It's calm. He's coming. We'll go ahead and cross the street here. There's a sign for the train station right there. Here's Dunkin' Donuts right here. Dunkin' awesome. I haven't had lunch today either. I'm a wee bit hungry. Here is the sign for the train station. It is, not sure. Oh, up here. Yeah, this is a little overpass thing. Recording? Yeah, I am. Okay, so we're gonna come over here, turn left. Long-term parking is over here. So I'm just gonna go right over here, hop on the sidewalk, and turn into the long-term parking lot down here. Try to remember where I parked. Oh, mercy. That was a trip. That was a trip indeed. I have no idea what my total miles were. I'll have to tally those. I'll stick them in here on the end. But it was definitely a physically challenging route for me. It had some easy parts, it had some hard parts, and I tell you what, I enjoyed it so much. I probably could have been in a little better shape for it, but man, what a great trail, and what a great week to do it. Great people, awesome sights, but no more awesome than my little truck right here. Okay, gang, I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. take the camera off. Here, and you can see me standing here. There we go. Okay, I gotta get my keys out, and I gotta park this thing. Hang on a second, so it's not gonna tip over and rub anything. All right, sorry about the up the nose. I gotta get my keys. I gotta pack all this gear, unpack it off of here, throw it in the back of the truck, and then it is, what time is it here? 1:40, and it's about a 5-hour ride home for me. So I'm pretty sure, I was debating whether I was gonna stay or not for an extra night, but you know what? Nothing sounds better than my own bed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get packed up, if I can find my keys, and hit the road and go home. All right, well, thanks for watching. If you've been through all of my episodes here, and honestly, do yourself a favor. Get in shape a little bit, get yourself some gear, and take one of these trips. Do this one, or if you haven't seen my other videos on the Gap and C&O Trail, I mean, all of them, you can do parts of them, you can do the whole length, but they really are, for biking, they're spectacular, and I can't recommend them enough. So, all right, take care, I'm out.